This is the Ryan and Frank Show. Here's your ticket.
What do you see? I see potential.
Kingsman is an international intelligence agency operating at the highest level of discretion.
If you're prepared to adapt, you can transform.
Into a spy.
Interested?
Oh, yes.
Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Ryan and Frank Show. I'm Frank Russo in New York, and in this segment, we reviewed the movie Kingsman, The Secret Service. Even though it's been a while, in February of 2020, they're coming out with the third installment of this franchise, and I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, Frank, I'm excited to see the Kingsman myself. Hi, everyone. I'm Ryan Martinez in Los Angeles. Kingsman, The Secret Service. To me, this film is an English composite of James Bond, Jason Bourne, and Men in Black. Frank, what's your take on this film?
Ryan, I thought the first movie was incredibly well done in every aspect of filmmaking. The acting, the music, the mix of character development with the action scenes. I had no problem watching this for 3 hours. It moved along smoothly and at a good pace to keep my attention. Didn't you think this first one was a kick-ass movie?
To me, this movie was more than kick-ass, even though there was a lot of kicking ass in this movie. The movie is certainly not for the squeamish. The 3-hour runtime didn't bother me at all. It's a modern, stylish, humorous, yet very violent gentleman spy movie with an undertone of an old-school James Bond theatrics. So Frank, I guess you like this one.
Well, let me tell you and everyone out there that this one film was a big hit for me. I likened it to the James Bond movies of the early days when Sean Connery was 007. They even put in some subtle lines and scenes that were satirical takeoffs of the Bond series, but incorporated modern themes and sexual undertones within it. This was a Bond film with an apprentice.
I did catch the Bond references, Frank. Give me a far-fetched theatrical plot any day was one of the great quotes in this film. And that's what the plot of this film is. It's far-fetched, but the rules are set early. When a film says we can do this ridiculous thing in a movie and it stays true to those rules and is consistent, I can still really enjoy the film, even if it is a little bit unbelievable. The plot revolves around saving the world from Samuel L. Jackson's character Valentine, who's an evil tech billionaire, before he wipes out a large portion of the Earth's population by using mind control computer chips manufactured out of his company. I thought it was a clever plot. What did you think about the acting in this film, Frank?
Well, Colin Firth is absolutely perfect for the part of Galahad with his understated suave and debonair charm. He is so cool and kicks ass with class. He's not a superhero with godlike powers, but a mortal man with really superior abilities and everything a guy would want to be. At least I would want to be like him. Just like I wanted to be James Bond when I was growing up. Wasn't he great? What did you think about the main characters in these guys?
You could tell a lot of time went into developing all the characters. I thought all the actors did a fantastic job, and I really enjoyed the villains. There's another quote in the film, Bond movies are only as good as the villains, or something along those lines, but it's so true. The other antagonist played alongside Valentine's character was a character named Gazelle, played by Sophie Boutella. She has a standout role in this film, in my opinion. She has these prosthetic legs that are kind of blade, sword type contraptions, and goes around through the film doing some serious damage. It kind of reminded me of an old school Bond villain with a modern twist. So Frank, was there any other standout scenes that you liked?
Oh, I can think of 3 action scenes that I thought were amazing. First, when Galahad kicks the shit out of the jackass men in the bar. Then when he kills about 100 people in the church. Oh my God, that was non-stop violence for over 3 minutes and set to one of my favorite songs, Free Bird by Leonard Skinner. And then at the end of the movie, when Eggsy battles the girl with the weapon legs, that was very intense stuff. What parts did you like best?
I also enjoyed the Freebird church scene. That scene was wild. But I think my favorite scene was the bar scene fight where Colin Firth's character is told to leave the bar by some thugs. He gives the impression he's going to walk out, but instead locks the door so no one can come in or leave, and proceeds to go to town on the thugs. Many of the James Bond style spy gadgets are revealed in this scene. It was a lively scene. So Frank, what other aspects about the movie did you like?
Ryan, I like so much in this movie. For me, the director, Matthew Vaughn, was right on and did a super job. This movie also had a bit of tongue-in-cheek in scenes that are very appropriate for our culture. How about the plot elements? That we are destroying the environment and the government is going to do something about it and save us. How about how corporate big shots influence and persuade government officials to do what they want? Really? And what about how big tech uses the phones we have to manipulate us? This is going on right now. So Ryan, I love this movie. And the whole cast, Colin Firth, Taron Egerton, Michael Caine, Mark Strong, Sam Jackson, Sophie Cookson, Sophia Boutella, all great in this movie. This Taron Egerton, who played Eggsy, is a great young actor, and I want to see him continue in these and other films. I loved it so much, I give it 4 out of 5 on the RF scale.
Well, Frank, I couldn't agree more. The acting was top-notch. The story was cheeky in more than one way, if you know what I mean. Frank, I'm referring to the princess scene. Like I mentioned before, this film is not always believable, but it stays within the rules and was fun and entertaining. The director, Matthew Vaughn, directed a movie in both the X-Men and Kick-Ass franchises and is known to have said he doesn't do sequels, but he broke his own rule in this franchise and it seems to be paying off. I rank this film up there with some of the best movies we reviewed this year. I give it a 4 out of 5 on the RF scale. I can't wait to see what they do with number 3. Well, film fans, that's it for this movie. If you like the review, please subscribe and let us know in the comments what movie you would like us to review in the future.
It's all good, eh, Rye? See you next time, folks, on the Ryan and Frank Show. Until then.
Get the inside know on today's hottest movies, the classics that made Hollywood great, interviews, behind the scenes, and more. This is the Ryan and Frank Show. Here's your ticket.